Hey Jeepers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we're talking about Supergirl.
Season 5, Episode 11.
Yeah.
Back from the Future, Part 1.
We've got to go back.
Back to the future.
The Win has to go back.
Oh yeah, you did send me back to the future, but I'm back. I'm back from the future.
Yes.
Great Scott. Thanks. Can you believe it's the 35th anniversary of that movie this year?
Holy hell.
I feel like we just celebrated the 30th. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, I actually really like this episode.
It was good.
Sorry. What did you like about it?
I liked that we got to see Win again.
Yes. I miss him. Which is weird, because I really didn't like him.
I liked him. I thought that he was funny.
Like, I found him, funny, yes. And I did like him with that one alien chick.
Mm-hmm, me too.
But I found him quite annoying a lot of the time.
Yeah. And I liked that he has a connection to Nia through her great whatever granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're like best friends. In his world, his future.
That does confuse me, but we'll talk about that when you're done.
So I enjoyed that, and what he said to Nia was really nice, and I also liked the scene with him and Brainy. What are you doing? Get off my legs! You're hurting them. He's like sniffing them, like putting his nose like up against them and like sniffing them. Anyway, I liked what he was saying I liked the scene between him and Brainy, and just, Brainy, like, being truthful and telling him, what he was dealing with. And, yeah. And I mean, I've been saying this, like, all along the whole season, but I don't dislike William. But I knew he was probably gonna be the person that she'd have a romantic thing with.
Yeah. Because
he would be the only person that's been on it right now for that to happen with. So, but anyway, like, I think it's good that they're being partners, but at the same time, like, I felt like he was almost, like, pushing too much for the Lex stuff and just focusing completely on that and not letting Kara do the things she needed to do. So that got to me a little bit. But the fact that they're going to be working together on it is probably going to help. Hopefully. But we'll see. I don't know. And I love that Jean has, like, a secret room where they, like, gather,
For his... What was it?
Super friends.
Super friends, guys. The super friends.
And all the symbols of all the superheroes.
Yes.
When he left, he's like, if you need me, just call. And it showed all the superhero symbols.
Yeah. He slapped it, just call.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, those were pretty much the things I liked.
Go for it. I'll laugh when you bump you. He thought better of it.
He's getting closer to it to do it.
I know. I was gonna laugh my ass off because he would have face slammed into that.
He would have, and I would have been like, "Are you okay?" Yeah. So those are pretty much the things that I liked about it.
So how does Nia have a child?
I don't know.
So then how does she have a great
I don't think it's that many greats, because he's not that far into the future.
No, he's far enough for some of the history banks to have been wiped.
Yeah. I don't know how many, but
they're in like the 3,000 3,000s? Yeah, they're in the 3,000s.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very many greats. Granddaughter.
10, probably, if it's a whole century.
Well, I mean, that's depending on a lot of variables.
Her and Brady can't have.
She doesn't have the inner biological makeup of a woman.
True.
She can't produce children.
Could have been adopted.
They wouldn't have her powers. They're passed down genetically. I am confused.
I don't know.
You guys. I need to know.
Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to know. It's a song.
From?
You said I need to know, and it just made me think of that. I'm sorry.
I have no idea what song that is, so.
It's a throwback.
Okay.
I remember it from elementary school.
Really?
Somebody performed to it at a talent show we did at my elementary school.
Oh, the only songs that were getting performed at my elementary school was, that one, somebody once told me the world was gonna...
Oh, yeah, All-Star?
Yeah.
Stop it.
They performed full-on freaking dance routine.
Yeah, somebody
Like,
danced to Need to Know by freaking Mark Antony or whatever the
No, I mean like a group of like 5 girls got together in like a flying V, formation, and like did dance moves.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, the F am I watching?
I mean, I would just be like rocking to the song.
Well, I didn't really know it all that well.
Yeah. Or I could have been like,
I mean, it was all the rage.
can you show me? I need to know about the strangers like me. I should have just gone with that.
But I mean, how? Like, I'm stuck on the how? Because it's not...
So, I mean, we've established this before, and you've mentioned it, but the character of Nia Nal is supposed to not have those, like, biologically be able to produce.
Both the character and the actress.
I know the actress, but I'm saying the character too.
Yes.
Okay.
That was their whole thing, was that they got a trans woman to play a trans woman.
Okay. I'm just making sure, because I know that, like, it's been talked about, but I'm just, like, clarifying.
Yeah, no, Nia is trans woman.
Okay. Because I knew the actress was.
Yeah.
So.
No, it was clarified on the show too.
Okay.
She came out to Supergirl.
Yeah, that's right, she did.
To Kara. She came out to Kara when they went back to her hometown.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And then Kara came out to her as Supergirl.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some eggs were frozen and they were able to use the embryos. I don't know.
Whose eggs? She doesn't have any. She can't produce eggs.
I'm grasping at straws here.
If she stops taking estrogen, she probably starts creating sperm again. Like,
I'm grasping at straws here. Yeah, so I don't understand how that's possible.
Yeah, like,
because he did say daughter, right? He didn't say like niece or anything like that.
No, he said your great granddaughter.
Okay.
And I'm like, the fuck? How'd that work? Like, my mind didn't go, oh, that's so sweet, you're friends with her future daughter. Because, I mean, even though it's great, it's still like,
right,
progeny daughter. Like, it's, like, my mind didn't go, oh, that's so sweet. My mind went, the fuck, bitch? Like, how's that work?
Well, I mean, with the technology and stuff, maybe she was able to create, like, something that had her powers and her genetic structure, even though it didn't biologically come from her.
With her, like, create her own egg? Like, scientifically create her own egg?
Not, well, I guess so. Like,
Because she'd have to combine it with brainies in order to have a child.
Unless, like, I don't know.
Because ain't no way she's having a kid and it ain't gonna be brainies. Like, come on now, don't do that.
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
No, I know. I was just.
I meant like maybe. You know how, like, there's technology. They can take your DNA. They can take things and create a person from that. Like, look at Data on freaking Star Trek. He had a daughter, and he's not even human.
He has skin, which has DNA in it.
Yeah, she has DNA, too.
Yeah. But did they not mix his DNA with someone else?
No.
Well, he's also a robot, so it works out that way. But, because, I mean, she was a robot too, right? She wasn't human.
Yeah, she was an android too.
Okay, well then, there you go.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with a human. You can't make them from one single person. Otherwise, you're just making a duplicate of the person.
Yeah.
So
like
she has to have another person.
Yeah. So, yeah, she could take, like, Brainy's and hers and, like, combine it. Somehow.
Brainy is an alien. So I don't even know if he has XY chromosomes. But she has an X and a Y.
But why can't it just be, like, their genes? Not necessarily, like, the sperm and the egg, but, like, their genes that come together to make a person.
Well, their genes, like, her genes is not just sperm and egg that create the XY or XX.
Yeah.
Like, it's XY and XX floating throughout your whole damn body. Like,
I don't know.
So,
I'm trying to think of a way that it's possible.
Like, I mean, yes, you can get the the DNA, like, and get a source of it that would probably be. Let's see. You probably have to get it at the maybe the prophase level.
Yeah.
I think that's the first one, right?
I'm not sure.
But you'd have to get it like in the first two stages.
You took biology more recently than I did.
You'd have to get it within the first 2 stages of cellular life.
Yeah.
And a hope that it has what you need in it.
Yeah. Almost like when you do the in vitro or surrogacy, like, a lot of the eggs don't end up surviving. So only a couple of them do, so, you have to take, you don't know, like, if it's even gonna take. But it's not
an egg.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even representing an egg.
I know, I'm just using it as an example.
That hasn't even been given a code on what to become yet.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'm trying to come up with how it would be possible.
Maybe in the maybe Wynn can bring back something that, like, here's how you make babies.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's not currently, because they're in modern times on this show and in this universe. It is not scientifically possible for her to have babies.
Yeah.
So.
Unless they have some futuristic way of doing it. Or, like, some technology that can make it work.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I think it's cool that he's friends with somebody that's connected to Nia.
But I would think it's cool, but my mind just can't get past
how is it possible that she even exists? Like, I wasn't focusing on that. I was focusing on what he was telling Nia.
I wasn't. I couldn't. Like, the only thing I could think of wasn't, oh, that's cool, you're related to someone, like,
no, I was focusing on the speech he was saying to her, not the whole connection. I mean, a little bit of the connection thing, but, like, more so just the fact that he's like, she's badass, don't ever let anybody tell you your worth, like, because that helped her to be able to go and do what she needed to do to help everybody.
Like, I paid attention to that, and, like, I enjoyed it, and I thought, oh, that's so sweet, but, like, my mind, I, like, once you said, like, granddaughter, daughter, whatever, like, my mind, I just couldn't, like, that part, I ignored it, and I listened to the rest of it, because I cannot comprehend how that works, because it is impossible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry I went on so long about this, guys. It's just
I mean, shows seem to be able to do the impossible.
No. Like, and if they're saying that she can have babies, then I'm sorry, are you backtracking on the fact that she's a trans woman?
Yeah. And that would piss a lot of people off.
I mean, like, that's not okay.
It's not. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that they need to explain how she's able to have a grandchild, a great, whatever, how many great-granddaughter. Mm-hmm. Because if they're doing what you're saying, then yeah, that's not okay. Yeah. Because she came out as trans. Mm-hmm. She came out to the freaking world.
There's a reason.
Unless because it's a different universe.
No. She would be a completely different person. And Nia Nal wouldn't exist if she wasn't trans.
Okay. So in every universe, no matter like every Earth, every universe, she's that way.
Born male and transitions. I don't know why my mind wouldn't figure that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't.
Yeah. No, I understand. That's definitely hard to comprehend.
Yeah. I mean, if they explain it to us and I'm on, like, and I can see how that would work, then I'm totally on board for her having, you know, like, children and stuff.
Right.
Like, I want that for her, but it's impossible.
Yeah, see, for me, the only way that I could, like, comprehend it was that Wynn is so far into the future that maybe there was, like, a way for her, you know, that far, you know, advanced away from Nia, somebody that's connected to her would be able to exist. But there would have to be the previous generations of all the kids, so, you know, that.
See, before last week with all the brainies, I would have said that maybe Brainy had the child, because he is not supposed to be born.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and since he broke away from that, which apparently in the TV world, it's okay to be a part of the collective, and he doesn't have to worry about it. But I'm sorry, the only thing I know is what I watched on the animated Legion show, and that is that Brainy had to block himself from the Great Brain, otherwise he'd be evil like the rest of them.
Yeah.
And that Brainiac 5 is the only good one out there. And now Brainy has parents who were, like, and this whole idea that, like, shrinking a world is evil, like, Brainiac doesn't have a problem with that. The only one who has a problem with that is Brainiac 5.
Yeah.
So, I have no idea what they're doing with Brainy. Like, everything I knew about him was just out the window.
I do felt like he was really good tonight, though.
Yes.
Performance-wise.
Yeah, performance-wise. Like, character-wise, I'm mad at him, so I don't give two shits.
No, I know. But, like, his acting was really good, is what I meant.
It was.
Especially with that scene with Wynn.
But then I also asked myself, like, even though he had a mom and a dad, with whatever type of biological makeup he's made out of, which confuses me more. Because I'm sorry, he in Legions he was in the show, in the animated show, he was robotic. His arms could pop off, just like Cyborg. You know, the robotic parts could pop off and go do what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Very much so. Brainy 5. And
he's supposed to be Brainy 5, right?
yes, he is Brainiac 5.
Okay.
And so I'm like, when are we going to see that? And now, obviously, never. Because he's not robotic. And so I'm maybe... like, if he was robotic, I could have, I don't know, he built the child out of the genetic makeup.
See, that's what Data did.
Right. If he was a robot, he could have.
Yeah.
But now he's not.
He was when he first came on, right?
No.
Oh, he never was.
No, he was fucking born. One of his parents popped them out of their body. There was intercourse. So I'm just
Yeah.
I'm trying to grasp at any straw I can. And then my mind reminds me, nope, this was corrected in this episode and that episode, and nope, that idea is impossible. So, I mean, maybe in Brainiac's culture, the males give birth?
Like Mork and Mindy?
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a way that they can have
literally
babies.
on Mork and Mindy, like the men have the babies.
I wouldn't know that.
And they age backwards. So
Well,
like when they're
no.
born, they're an adult, and then they like get.
That has to hurt popping an adult out. Holy hell, it hurts enough popping out a baby.
Well, Robin Williams plays Mork, and he's an alien from the planet Ork. And on his planet, that's how they do it. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's far-fetched, I know. But it's funny.
How do you grow an entire adult inside you?
I don't know. And yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Too late for me.
Sorry. It's just when you said men have the baby, it made me think of that. Because they do.
Mm.
On his planet, they do. I've not seen the whole show. I've only seen like a couple episodes.
Right.
But, yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, maybe if Brainy came from his dad and his mom was the donator, she donated, you know, the genetic
Maybe
makeup.
Mia... No, never mind. The surrogate wouldn't work either because you have to have eggs for that.
Mm-hmm. See, every way that we make babies now, you have to have eggs for it.
You do.
Maybe Brainy has a period.
Sucks for him.
Maybe he can genetically grow
I can't.
anything he needs. Maybe he can change his inner workings to create whatever he needs in order to...
I mean, that's the only possibility I can think of.
And now I'm thinking of a person who can genetically engineer themselves to no longer have a peen. And for everything to be working down there. That's really weird.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it came to that.
Oh. Oh my gosh. It's weird. I'm sorry, we've been stuck on this reproductive topic for too long. But it's like the biggest thing for me in this episode.
I mean, the only thing that I kept thinking about with this whole thing, other than the ideas I came up with that are not gonna work because, you know, what you need to have. But, like, and he's not a robot, so it can't be like the Data thing. And I'm just like, that would be my idea, but it can't work.
I know.
Oh my gosh, you have to see Picard.
I want to.
You have to watch it. It was so
I
good.
will.
Well, look at it this way. Picard comes out weekly, and you only have to watch the first episode so far. So, you know.
But, yeah, I liked that Wynn came back and we found out he's been married and has a child.
Yes!
And that everybody wants to name their child Kara because she's famous.
I mean, she is.
Yes, but that means that she reveals herself
Yeah.
as Supergirl.
I wonder,
blame Lex.
is Lex gonna be on it the whole rest of the season?
Probably, yeah.
I bet he's so happy about that.
He's probably on it for like such a long time until they figure out how to kill him off again.
But I mean, who better to play Lex, man?
I know, right? And can you imagine this wouldn't have happened if he didn't step up and say, "Hey, I want to be in the crossover."
Yeah, legit. Like, if he wasn't in the crossover, he would not be part of it right now. Like, there would have been a different outcome. Can you imagine there being a different outcome than what actually happened in the crossover?
Can you imagine not originally killing off the actual person of courage? No. Who was the Superman?
Paragon of Truth.
Truth, yes. Can you imagine if they actually went through it with a Superman instead of Lex? It would have been so much better.
It would have. And it would have been so much better if Barry vanished. Hashtag forever bitter.
Yeah. Straight up fucking pisses me off. Still, I am not.
Even my friend, the one that I watched shows with on Thursday, like, she was mad too, because, like, she didn't watch all the episodes of the crossover. Like, she watched up to, like, the Flash one, and then, like, the two that were this month, she didn't watch, but she just read about what happened. And she was also irritated about that too. Because she's like, yeah, they've been building it up the whole time, and they don't have him vanish. Like, what was the whole point of what you were doing this whole freaking time?
You promised us for 6 years.
You betrayed us. How dare you?
I can't believe there's not more of a fan uproar.
How dare you? You betrayed us.
At least they didn't have him die in a car crash.
Yeah. F you, Rob Thomas.
But I
You're
enjoyed having Wynn back and seeing how his life has progressed.
Yeah.
And that even though he's only human, they created a way for him to be a hero.
Yeah.
You know. And
that was so cool.
Yeah, and I loved Nia's look of surprise. My powers can do that?
I know, right?
Oh.
And I even said, like, when that whole thing was going on with, like, what Toy Man did, like, with the tigers, I was like, I know he's doing a bad thing, but I love Eye of the Tiger. It's one of my favorite songs ever. It's such a great song. I love it.
Yes.
It's such a great, like, song to work out to as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so perfect for that.
Yeah, I used to work out to that song. Obviously, I don't anymore.
It's just, I love it. I love that song. But yeah. So, I mean, like, we didn't see much of Alex and Kelly, but I thought they were cute at game night.
They were. I mean, and she was there for the breakup dinner, too.
Yeah.
We didn't really see. She more so just hung on Alex's arm this entire, like, every time we saw her. So.
I mean, I'm interested to see how when it comes back, like, it's gonna be for the second part, because, you know, we saw all of this stuff with, like, Kara and William and, like, everything, and I mean,
he asked her out.
Yeah. So she's like, and if I can't reveal myself, like, how am I supposed to have a, you know, have romantic relationship? Like, you know, I mean, she could. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't know if he could use that against her.
Well, he could. Would he?
Yeah, she doesn't know if he would use that against her. And because they don't know each other that well. I mean, they know each other, but they don't know each other that well.
Right. I mean, she can date him and then figure out who he is on the inside.
Yeah.
And then decide whether or not to break it off or to tell him the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like,
I mean, if he really valued her and cared about her, then he wouldn't.
Right. He wouldn't care.
Use it against her, and he wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see, like, if it goes that route, how that's gonna turn out. Mm-hmm. You know, because all of the relationships aside from Mon-El, I mean, yeah, he left. He had to. Mm-hmm. But all of the relationships aside from that one haven't gone well for her.
Right.
And the only reason that one ended was because he had to leave. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, they still probably would be together. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like, I've been happy with her being single and being, you know, Kara, and, like, really learning to embrace who she is. Like, I've been fine with that. Mm-hmm. But I'm also okay with seeing her try to be with somebody again.
Yeah. Because,
you know, I feel like it's been a long enough time, and she can try again.
Yeah.
You know. But
I mean, you know, Clark got with another reporter, so.
Yeah.
But my whole thing, which makes me confused on everything for even Superman having babies, and I know that there's this whole thing of the Superboy and I think it's Kor-El, I think that's his name, and, you know, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, I understand that there's this whole, like, comics and shows that support everything and whatever, and I'm not saying anything against those. I'm just trying to understand, in the future, there's no House of L representative. Mm-hmm. There's no representative of Krypton in the Legion.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know. If there is, let me know. But as far as I know, with the cartoon that I saw, the animated show, they had to go back in time and they took Superman when he was still living on the farm before he learned all his powers. He couldn't even fly yet.
Yeah.
And brought him to the future and gave him a Legion ring so he could fly.
That was how he could fly?
Yeah, because he didn't know how to fly yet. He hadn't learned that.
Yeah.
So,
like, in small.
And, like, so he went to the like, museum and saw, like, how great and amazing he'd become. And, you know, but, like, there were things that were there that were like, we don't know what this is, but we knew that Superman did this.
Yeah.
Because centuries of data, there was like a dark age where they lost so much information about their history. But they don't have an L. There's no Krypton descendant living in the 3000s.
Right.
So their children confuse me. I mean, do they not have children?
A lot of things about this new world confuse me. And you.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that he's having twins really confuses me. But the fact that he's having a child doesn't, because it happened.
Well, no, I know.
But the fact that he has a child also just confuses me, because how does that work if Legion doesn't have an L representative? Because, you know, Daddy Clark would be so on him to continue the family line.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta continue that shit. Keep Superman alive.
Forever.
Gonna go forever. Now you got me in music.
But yeah, like, I don't know.
So, progeny. That's what we've been talking about this entire...
I mean, the only reason Lena talked to Andrea was to find out about Leviathan. She's not, like, gonna actually help her and, like, be friends with her again.
No. No, she doesn't give two shits.
Yeah.
I want Lena and Kara to be okay.
Me too. I don't want Lena to be bad.
I miss their friendship.
Me too. And I know Lena's doing what she thinks is right.
Yeah.
And what she wants to do to help people and not harm people. I get it. But I don't want it to be at the cost of their friendship.
Yeah.
And we waited so long for her to find out. And then she didn't even find out from Kara. She had to find out from freaking Lex.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I like Lena, but I don't want to see her go down the wrong path.
No.
You know?
Like, we already have Lex.
We already have the evil one. We don't need another.
No. Let her be Tessa.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Tessa was evil at first, but then she became good.
Yeah.
Like, just because to her roots. She was good, and then she was evil, then she went good again.
Right. Just because Lena's a Luthor doesn't mean she has to be like all the Luthors do. She can be her own person and forge her own path.
Create her own destiny.
Yes. Don't turn her into another Morgana.
No.
I've already seen that. Been there, done that.
Yes.
Like, no. I mean, she was a great villain on there. But I prefer her as Lena.
Yeah.
I mean, the main reason I even cared about Merlin was Arthur and Gwen. That's, like, legitimately the only reason I liked that show.
Well, I mean, Merlin was pretty cool.
Well, no, I liked Merlin.
Up until season 5.
Yeah, I liked Merlin. I liked that whole, like, Arthurian legend, like, magical stuff with Merlin and, like, everything. But I also liked Arthur and Gwen. And that version of their story. Because in other versions, they don't end up together.
No.
So, being able to have them be together in this version, like, made me really happy. But yeah, other than that, I liked Merlin too. But other stuff, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. So we've already seen her evil and lose her shit. We want to see her good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know she's still trying to do, like, create what she was creating before with the Q waves and everything. And she still doesn't want to harm anyone, and she wants people to be, you know, honest and everything. But, like, I don't want it to be at the expense of, like, her goodness and, like, her friendships and all of those things. Like, yeah, she's working with Lex right now, but
in her mind is for the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just making a deal with the devil.
Basically. Because she knows that he's gonna freaking do what he's gonna do because he's Lex.
Yeah, I mean, they said it at the beginning, like, and she's like, can I trust you? And he's like, yeah, until I find something better. Just like I know that as soon as you fix your Q-wave thing, you're gonna use it on me first.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's mutual assured destruction.
Right.
So, but I think that, like, once she uses it, and then she talks to Kara, I think she'll find out that when Kara, like, cried at her, you know, like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 you know, like, she's probably going to confront her again and say, why didn't you tell me? And then she's going to, like, it's not that I didn't trust you, it's, I couldn't. And then when I decided to, I never found the time because everything kept happening.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so she's just going to find out the same exact stuff that she was told.
Right.
But I think she has to go this route in order to finally trust her again.
Yeah, and find that, like, closure within herself.
Mm-hmm. That she did actually find a friend who wanted to truly be truthful with her.
Yeah. And Kara's always been an honest person, except when it came to that. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only thing she's pretty much kept from her.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So, you know, she's a good friend.
Yeah.
And I mean, her and Andrea were good friends too, but, like, that whole Leviathan thing.
Like, Andrea stole from her.
Yeah.
Kara just
lied to her.
Didn't share a secret.
Yeah. Which is basically the whole Clark and Lex thing on Smallville all over again.
Yeah, but Lex went too far.
He did.
Like, yeah.
But I mean, the fact that they were supposed to be best friends in that and Clark never told him and Lex found out another way is similar to the whole Lena and Kara thing.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, there's so much, just so much.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack. So much to process.
Yeah.
So many changes.
Mm-hmm.
Unexpected changes.
Yes.
Things that are confusing that we don't understand.
And I mean, the whole Nia having children was brought to us by Brainy.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not a new revelation. But since it was brought up again, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But, like, you know, Brainy doing bad for the greater good. You know, it's just, I never really,
Yeah.
like, I understand that he calculated, but you can't calculate for a human.
Yeah, I don't feel like he needs to push everybody away and be cold in order to succeed in his mission.
Well, he's doing that because if he was normal with them, then he wouldn't be able to keep the secret.
Yeah.
So he has to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope that Nia doesn't move on before he can get back with her.
I hope not either. They better not do that to us.
No.
I will be angry.
Yeah.
Because I love them.
Yes. I loved them too so much. So
I like them more than, like, freaking Alex and Kelly. I like them more than anybody else that's been a couple on the show right now. Not in the past, but, like, right now.
Current. Okay, because I was going to say, I don't know, Alex and Maggie were like...
No, I liked Alex and Maggie a lot. And I loved Kara and Monel, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just mean, like, now. They're the only, like, couple that I root for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah.
If they're apart, then, like, what's the point? I mean, I still like the show, but it's more fun when there's a relationship.
It is. And I liked the slow burn, slow moving relationship.
And the angsty stuff, too. When it's done right, is awesome.
But I really enjoyed how Brainy and Nia were, you know, moving along.
Yeah. I even liked it with Barry and Iris, even though it took a while. Like, I liked how that organically happened. You know, it happened very organically because they were best friends And, you know, he had this crush on her, and then she started to realize how she felt, and, like, it just, you know, it was just a very nice build-up.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess until next time, love yourself and be happy.